Ima Hogg, born with a rather unfortunate name, overcame a lot in her lifetime. Hi everyone, Ken here. Today we're heading down to Texas to tour the many mansions of Ima Hogg. Hit that subscribe button and let's explore this house. Ima Hogg's story begins in 1882 when she was born as the only daughter of Sarah and Big Jim Hogg. She witnessed her father rise from district attorney to the first Texas-born governor, and by the early 1890s, young Ima was living in the Texas governor's mansion in Austin, a grand old home filled with cracked walls, rickety furniture, and a menagerie of family pets. She and her brothers helped to restore the old mansion, and when they weren't busy with chores, they could be found riding ostriches around the yard. And if you're wondering, yes, Ima Hogg was teased for her name, but from the ridicule came a rumor that she had a sister named Ura Hogg, an arguably more offensive name. The young Hoggs generally kept the stately governor's mansion lively until Big Jim's term ended in 1895. After her mother's passing in that same year, Ima took on more responsibilities, including tending her younger brothers and later caring for her ailing father. In 1899, she began studying at the University of Texas at Austin, and 2 years later, she moved to New York to hone her piano skills, and by the early 1900s, she was abroad in Europe exploring music under famed instructors. Around the late 1910s, a remarkable twist of fate changed her future. Oil was discovered on the Hogg family's Varner plantation, unleashing enough wealth to power her dreams. But her interest in Varner itself began long before the oil strike. Her father had purchased the estate back in 1901, and for Ima, its early history, stretching back to original settlers and even a brief visit from a captured Santa Ana, made the property special. By the 1950s, she was overseeing its restoration, transforming the old farmstead into a series of rooms dedicated to different chapters of Texas history. Meanwhile, Ima's pursuits in Houston were just as exciting. In the 1920s, she and her brother developed a new neighborhood called River Oaks. There, in 1927, they began building Bayou Bend, a home that would soon become Ima's masterpiece. She worked closely with an architect, making sure the residence and its sprawling gardens would highlight her growing collection of American art and antiques. By then, she had become a serious art collector, gathering early American furniture as well as modern pieces by Picasso and Matisse, among others. As her collection expanded, Bayou Bend evolved into a living museum. Heading inside, we enter the mansion in the stair hall, a room of understated beauty with wide wood plank floors and a sweeping staircase leading the eye up to a dramatic round molding. The dining room is finished out with a striking floral wall treatment, and the furniture was meant to echo early Americana. Of the more rustic rooms in the mansion is the Texas tea room, where she displayed some of her most prized porcelains. As we continue through Bayou Bend, we find several parlors, each with distinctive and memorable themes. This one is painted in a striking blue, with drapes and a fireplace around to match. All of the chairs are upholstered in a bright yellow, chosen to complement the painted wall panels. And if you needed a break from such a bold room, the next parlor subtly embraced green, once again echoing the earlier design trends of colonial America. In 1957, Ima gave the estate and its magnificent contents to Houston's Museum of Fine Arts. The home opened to visitors in 1966, showcasing period rooms filled with perfectly curated furniture, paintings, and decorative arts. In the following year, she also donated the Varner-Hogg Plantation to the state. Despite her love for art and beautiful homes, Ima's truest passion was caring for the people of Texas. She battled her own dark spells of depression, and in 1929, she opened the Houston Child Guidance Center, providing mental health counseling for children. In 1940, she used part of her late brother's bequest to form the Hogg Foundation for Mental Health at the University of Texas, championing the idea that proper care could prevent far more serious problems later. Her civic spirit led her to run for and win a seat on the Houston School Board in 1943. There she worked tirelessly to secure equal pay for teachers and introduce new art and music programs for students of all backgrounds. Along the way, she helped manage the Houston Symphony Orchestra, served on national arts committees, and advised on historically authentic White House furniture. Nicknamed Miss Ima by friends and admirers, she was often called the First Lady of Texas, being known for her grace and generosity. Ima Hogg never married, devoting her life to Texas culture and public service. She passed away in 1975, leaving behind a legacy of music, museums, philanthropic foundations, and those elegantly preserved homes. And with that, I'll turn it over to you. What did you think about Miss Ima's mansions? Let me know down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure you're subscribed so you never miss an exciting episode of This House.